I'm Rick with Full Circle Coaching and Consulting. I do the marketing, and I'm with
Hi, Rick.
Coach Jay Brightlow.
Hi, everyone.
One of probably the busiest coaches at Full Circle. He brings a lot of this. But so I want to talk about how people often are attracted to Full Circle because typically they're busy, they're stuck working in a practice that doesn't give them a lot back, right? They're kind of sacrificing a lot of the time that they'd rather spend with their family. And so there's a lot of companies out there who talk about chiropractic marketing and new patient acquisition. So that's all fine and good. It's necessary, but it's not something we really focus on, right? Because we focus more of a unmarketing approach.
Yeah. Can I just speak to that really quick? It feels like the Holy Grail of being a successful chiropractic practice is how do I get more new clients in the door? What's the magic formula? What's the 1-step, 2-step, 15-step formula that's going to magically populate my computer with all these new patients? So that Holy Grail is not our Holy Grail.
Right.
Just for clarification.
Right. And we find a lot of chiropractors don't even have the time and desire to learn Facebook ads, to film awkward videos, to pay Google a lot of money to send people to a website they haven't updated in 20 years. Right?
Not that a website isn't important.
Very important.
But
right.
That's not the thing. That's not the thing that's ever going to drive the new clients into your space. The thing that's always going to drive the thing into your space is having a vacuum. We talk about the universe abhors a vacuum. But the thing is, if you got focus blocks and you're stuck in your life, you're never going to be able to accept the energy of somebody unloading their life on you. So the very, very first thing we do is we get really, really clear with our clients what their vision for success is. So if their vision for success is 500 patients a week or 50 patients a week or 300, it's the number makes no difference. We want the client to say, here's what the number is at this price point so I can have this income. That's the very, very, very first thing to do. Once we get there, why is that process not happening? Usually there's things that are stuck. There's blocks that are along the way. So when Rick said on marketing, well, the first thing is to unwind yourself and authentically figure out who you are and what you want to do with your gifts for the world. So it's not just plug and play and here this is, because if I just said, here's the New Leaf Chiropractic Dr. Jay Brightlow marketing script and you plugged it in, you might say, well, that didn't work. Well, why didn't it work? Probably didn't work because that's what my ideal recruiting strategy is. I like doing dinner talks. I like doing lunch talks, but not everybody does. I like asking my clients for referrals. Not everybody does. So there's many, many different strategies. And so it's finding what you value, what you're naturally good at because you value those things. Once you sort of put those pieces together and you've cleared ESOLs, energetic space occupying reasons from your life, then you can fully step into your own authentic greatness, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you can't get what you want if you don't know what you want. And
as a starting place, yeah.
And if you follow someone else's playbook for success, you're going to find success as defined by them and not you, or it's just not going to work.
Yeah, I don't know what your definition for success is, Rick, and you probably don't exactly know mine. Now, we talk a lot, the two of us, and so you might have a good idea of what that looks like, and you probably know family is a high core value for me, but it may or may not be for you or for the person who you're talking to in your office. And so when you have better understanding what your core values are, what drives you, and you understand that not everybody shares the same value system, it's going to allow you to connect with people on a deeper level once you have the chance to meet them in public, meet them at an ice cream store, meet them at a screening or a spinal fair, or just somebody who walks into your office. And so I think that's a big piece also is when you know your values, speaking to your values, and then humbly accepting other people and listening to other people's value systems. Because if you can do that, then you're going to connect with people on a much, much, much deeper level.
Right. I'm thinking the people that find and resonate with Full Circle's message are the ones that are generally have plateaued a practice because they lost the momentum. They're not looking forward to going to the office anymore. And where energy goes, money flows. Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Not getting patients or focusing on not having time.
Yeah. So all those things. And I think the first piece is you got this practice and you built it up. right? And you get to a place that where you're largely successful, but then it plateaus and maybe starts to go down, and you can't understand why all the things that you used to do aren't working. Well, why aren't they working anymore? The reason why things like aren't working anymore is because there's probably been a shift in your life. There could be a value system shift, right? There could be a baby. There could be children who have been in the house who've now moved out. So now how do you fill that void? So shift of values thing, or there could be someone or something that has come up in your life that's just energetically blocking you. As chiropractors, it's so simple, right? We remove interference, we remove subluxation, we put the bone back in place. Well, how do you look at the chiropractic model? And the coaching piece is kind of the same thing. We look for that block, and all we do is we hold you accountable for removing it. We've got some action steps and some little fun tricks that we can do to help pull that out. But it's our job, accountability-wise, you said you're going to do this, and you're going to do it. As a chiropractor, and it's the same thing. You said you're going to show up for these 12 adjustments at this time, Mary Jane. Is there something that's shifted in your life or something that's changed that you're not making your appointments the last 2-3 times? And it's the same thing. So one of the things we do is we help people step into their authentic greatness and be unafraid. To compare to that new show, Fearless, to be fearless, to ask people to step into their greatness also and recommit to the commitments that they've made.
So this is all part of Full Circle's 4-step process for helping people get unstuck and actually figure out what the hell they actually want. Yeah,
and we talked about 2 of them, right? I think we talked about what your vision is and what's it, squirrel, that has taken your focus, or what is it that you really, really focus on that maybe is not consistent with your practice and your vision for your practice or your life? So that's kind of halfway point.
Yeah, that's where we work on the driver, not the vehicle. But we need the vehicle to be supported so that it can support the vision for where you want to go.
Yeah, 100%, right? Because you're the driver in your office. Now, you may have, let's go with that analogy, right? We've got a bus, and the driver basically takes the bus where you want to go. But you can have an unruly passenger on the bus, and that could just destroy the whole thing for everybody, and you might never get to your destination. You might have those a couple patients or people you serve, or team members or teammates who might be those passengers on your bus who you're driving, who might be taking you all over town. No matter what, you don't ever want to get on a bus if the driver, yourself, has no idea where they're going. You only want to be, I want to be driving on an airplane or a bus that is going directly to where I want to go, which is on vacation in Mexico frequently.
Yeah, before you get in the car, you got to know where you're going.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, and then, so it's like marketing might be the fuel and the gas to get it where it's got to go. But if you don't know where it's going and you don't even have a car, then you're just putting gas into something that doesn't get you anywhere.
Yep, exactly. And what you said was right. You can use Facebook, you can use Google, you can do ads, but that might not be your thing. And we're not the chiropractic coaching company that says plug and play and do this thing. I would say more than half of our clients are not tech savvy and have no interest in that. And most of them more than double their practice.
Oh yeah.
But it can be as quick as 2 months. We had a client who literally doubled his practice in 2 months. We had one recently, a woman out in Ohio who doubled in 9 months. And we've got a guy who's up in Canada, up in the western part of Canada, and he's got 2 practices, and they were largely disjointed. And what we did is we put systems in place for his 2 offices that essentially they run as one. They run as one company with one system, and it's consistent and congruent all the way through. Big piece for this guy was he wasn't fulfilling his core value needs of bringing music into his life. When he started to do that and have those same music and systems and using, and he's not using music as a tool. All he's doing is living through his music and who he is, and he's a musician by trade. And now he's attracting all these people who are musicians, and they're sending in more musicians because he started to do more musical things with both of his office, and all his systems now kind of spring from that place. So it's been a really nice shift for him, and he hasn't quite doubled, but he's in his, what I can speak to is in July, historically the slowest month of the year for him, and for most chiropractic offices, June, July have been his 2 best months ever.
So, amazing. And increasing, if I remember.
Yes, increasing. I'm excited to see what the future holds for this young man as he gets into the busier fall month time when kids get back in school and families get back going, because family's a big value for him, and so he generally attracts families. So
Right.
that was the piece. Family and music. Those were two big things for him. And chiropractic was also. So now, how to bring all three of those things together and create this this snowball that continues to grow. And he's got a really nice downhill moving snowball right now.
Yeah, and he's excited to go to work.
Yeah.
Hard to be excited when it's just plateaued.
Yeah.
There's other solutions out there. It's not just Facebook ads that everyone keeps pumping, or running videos and retargeting the audiences and paying Google a lot of money. It's, sometimes it's about you, not the practice itself.
Yeah. Again, not there's anything wrong with that, because there's not.
All good.
But
it works.
That doesn't have to be your thing. You can, and we can help you with that. And you especially can help them with that.
I can help with that.
But yeah, that doesn't.
That's the full circle philosophy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for recapping that, Jay.
Thanks, Rick.
I'm sure you got some clients to go coach.
Yep, I got to keep moving here.
All right.